This is a part two of the Hail Mary show. My name is Jarek Buchanan. We have another guest coming on here, Lake Lehman's ace pitcher, Hannah Shango. She pitched four straight no hitters just recently. It was Wednesday. This past Wednesday. She pitched her fourth straight no hitter. That's amazing. That's unheard of. So we are so excited to bring her on as a special guest today. And after her, we have Abington softball player Brianna Bustos coming on. But before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Andy's Pizza, Main Street, Peckville, Pennsylvania. If you like pizza, Andy's Pizza is the place to be. On Main Street, Peckville, Pennsylvania. If you like ice cream, check out Tasty Freeze up in Scranton Carpenter Highway. They have great ice cream. They have great flurries. They have some pizza up there you can get. They have a miniature golf course in the back. A lot of fun stuff. It's summertime, so check them out as well. And Lewis Brothers, if you need your grass cut, landscaping, whatever, they do everything. So look out and reach out to Lewis Brothers. And they also reply your driveway during the wintertime. So we're going to start it here. And we're going to bring on Hannah Shango. Welcome, Hannah. Thank you for taking your time out of your day for joining us.
Hi.
Hi. You had a game today. You just got done with it.
Yep, it's a good one.
How did that go?
Pretty good. We won 7-3, I think. We started out a little bit rocky, but then we pulled it together real quick and scored some runs. Came big.
In this game, I've seen you had a couple of good hits. I mean, you don't just pitch well. Today, you really stepped it up and got a couple of good hits.
Hmm.
You know, this some rundown of the game. Piston area came out swinging early, grabbed the lead. What was going through your mind in those first couple innings, and how did you settle yourself in the circle to take control of the game?
I knew I had to trust my team. My team had to trust me. We had to come together. We started out a little bit rocky, had a couple errors in the field, but they pulled it together. They found their groove. I found my groove as a pitcher and we came up big.
Now, this was a little bit more tougher game than you had games in the past this year.
Mhm.
Piston area really tested you. Did you guys expect that?
Yeah, I expected them to hit me. All the girls knew that they were gonna hit me.
Hmm.
I just knew I would trust the coach with the pitch calling, put the ball where she told me to. We worked together on that. And yeah.
You finished with 12 strikeouts over 7 innings. You were you were pitching still pretty good. When you're locked in like that, what's working the most for you? Is it a pitch selection, confidence, or just feeling the moment?
I think confidence and feeling the moment, to be honest. I think that especially as a pitcher, you can't go into a game and not have confidence because you have to go out there and think that you're the boss. This is your game. And if you don't have that mindset, I feel like you're gonna get mentally and physically like beat up.
Most definitely. You definitely need a good mindset. Pitching, um, there's a lot of pressure in pitching. I mean,
Hmm.
in baseball, you see it all the time. I had the opportunity to work at the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders in 2022 as a groundskeeper, and I got to see a lot of pressure. To talk to some of the pitchers, and it's not an easy thing to pitch, especially in softball.
Yeah.
You had an in the park home run in the first inning, which was a huge momentum shift. How much did that spark not just you, but the entire team moving forward?
I think what really sparked the team moving forward was a big hit that Addie Butler had. And then I knew I had to put the ball in play, find a gap. I could see that they had a pretty big gap between right and center. And Addie just put the ball there and they didn't shift. So that was the spot I was kind of looking at right there. And we got the job done. I was able to move Addie and I was able to go around too.
Nice. I would imagine there's no fence at this field.
No, there is.
There is.
Yep.
That's interesting. Was there errors?
Nope.
Wow, then that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mhm.
You must be pretty
I have a
fast.
little bit of speed.
Yeah, wish I was there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not easy.
No.
It's funny. Well, this week was pretty exciting. Wednesday, you pitched four, was your fourth straight perfect game. Just take us into that. What has that stretch been like for you?
I honestly haven't really been thinking about the no hitters. I've just kind of been thinking about winning, getting the ball across the plate, let my teams get it. But I don't think I would be throwing all these no hitters if it wasn't for my team. I think they're the biggest part of that. They really have my back.
Most definitely, you got to give credit to your defense
Mhm.
in mini games like that. Now, Wednesday, it was all strikeouts, but, you know, I heard some stories for Wyoming Valley West drama going on there. I found
Yeah.
out this week. But before that, it was your defense that really helped you.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, that's a good mindset. You can't get caught up with yourself, and but it definitely is rare to pitch four straight no hitters, and I haven't seen it. And I did research on that. I think again, Pennsylvania doesn't really keep too much records. Most I
Mhm.
found was three straight, but that's awesome. But yeah, you got to stay focused on your team and where
Yeah.
you're heading, and as tougher competition comes about and playoffs will be here before you know it. So
Yeah. I think
yeah.
a big part too is not letting the outside noise get to you. Because you're gonna like people are gonna say stuff about throwing all those no hitters, but there you're also gonna have people that are talking. It's gonna be positive, but there's also gonna be a lot of
Mhm.
negativity because there's people that just want to watch you fail. But I
Yeah,
think
you're
that's the
right.
biggest part. You can't let it get to you. Gotta
Yep.
channel out all that outside noise. Don't let it get to you.
And you are right. There are people that's going to say, "Oh yeah, she played easier teams. Oh,
Hmm.
this and that, whatever." But
Yeah.
either or, you still did it. It's still an accomplishment, and it's
Hmm.
rare. I mean,
Yep.
if it was so easy, then we would be having a lot of people throwing four straight no hitters anywhere
Yep.
and everywhere.
That's
So
right. If it was easy, everyone would
yeah,
be pitching.
exactly. But they aren't. So that's
Yeah.
almost impossible, in my opinion. It really is. It's crazy. Blew my mind. You had me overwhelmed Wednesday. So, but that's awesome. Maybe next year, I'll be wearing a James Madison, shirt, and I'm a Clemson fan for softball and football. I like
Yeah.
Syracuse basketball, but maybe I'll have a cup of James Madison, my new show next year.
We'll get you some.
Right? Sure, I'll take it. But yeah, I'm glad you're going there. They're getting a good picture, right? You're going to be
Yeah.
pitching there.
Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah.
Good, good. It's pretty cool. Um, right now, you've been looking completely control in the circle. Even today, 12 strikeouts. Piston area, you're a good team. We know that. Lake Cleveland's a good team, but Piston area has played many teams tough. They played Value tough in the first game, and Value ended up winning with a walk off. And right now, they're kind of, I guess they're marked after winning the state championship. I don't know what's going on with Value. you know, I support them. I'm for them, just like any other team in the area. But I live in the community, and
Hmm.
yeah, it's tough. But so you're doing some good things. So today, when you came on the circle, and this week even, what was your mindset like?
I knew that this week was going to be challenging. We had to work. I was going back to back pitching and then just day off. So a lot of stress on my body, but I knew I had to work at recovering my body quick time. But I think our team, like all together, mentally, we were all ready for that. We were ready for the challenge. Our coach has put us in pressure before, so I feel like the pressure that was going on with the game today, and then like when we played Wyoming area, that wasn't really. I don't think that affected us anything. I think it made us play harder, but Pittston's coached pretty well. Like they have pretty good
Mhm.
coaches, so They could hit. We knew that they'd be hitters. We knew we had to come up strong and intense.
Yeah, I definitely believe they have a good coach. Now, I don't know if this was planned or a game plan, but when they played Valley View, Abby Carr was in there first game of the season. She walked like four batters. They took her out in the second inning, the coach for Valley View. I don't know if they just said, you know what, we're just going to take walks.
Hmm.
I don't know. I would, to be honest. Like, I
Yeah.
used to take risks when I did so much softball running a team. It was a men's league, obviously. That's stuff I would do, even a pitcher
Hmm.
against you. If you know you have no
Yeah.
chance, throw me strikes. If you're not, then I'm
Mhm.
taking walks and I'm going to frustrate you.
It's exactly what I think I would do. And I think that's what they were
Yeah.
trying to do. Like in the beginning of the
Were they?
game, like I said, I was a little rocky, but I had to find my zone. They made me find my zone, and I
Oh
did.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. So they were kind of trying to get to take walks and things too.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's why it's so important to. I guess it leads to the next question. I have a question. How much of your success comes from preparation versus in-game adjustments?
I think most of my success comes from preparation. Uh, how I put in a lot of work pitching, like outside of like the season and everything like that. And that's a lot of stuff that people don't see is how much work that you have to put in to be a pitcher. And I think that if I didn't put in all that work, I wouldn't be here. Last year I struggled. I got a shoulder injury
Oh,
and
jeez.
I hopped right into the season like really with no preparation and stuff. We got the job done, but
Yeah,
this year I really locked in focusing on the mechanics and everything, and I think that's why I am where I am right now.
yeah, it's definitely a good place to be. That's for sure. But like in a game like today, to be a pitcher, a lot of pressure is put on you. How you've been performing, four straight no hitters. If a team's going to take walks and test you, which I would,
Mhm.
um, do you ever recognize that and then say, you know what, I need to make adjustments? You don't panic, you don't, your nerves doesn't get to you. You just take a breather, say, I'm going to
Mhm.
make adjustments. Have you ever had to do that like recently?
I did. I had to do that today.
Yeah,
I had to make adjustments. I like to throw some junk sometimes,
yeah.
but some of it they were. I would get them. I got them quite a bit on it. But like you said, they're a little picky. I could tell
Mhm,
they weren't really for that first pitch strike, so
mhm.
I knew I'd get that one, and I had to work off of that.
Yeah, my theory, I was actually listening to the Value game because I work second shift on Game Changer, and they sound like yourself either. If somebody's going to test your pitching and try to take walks from you, well,
Mhm.
then what I would do as a coach, not to be funny, okay, that's what you want to do, then you start
Mhm.
throwing strikes.
Yep.
Then that's your defense. But it's
Mhm.
a mind game. It's a mind game, and you got to
Yep.
play back. You
Or
know, I've
even
done
make
it.
it.
Yeah,
You just gotta make it look like a strike.
exactly.
Hmm.
Whatever it is, but you definitely have to be mentally tough to be a pitcher,
Yeah.
and even being a coach in softball and different things is not easy. You always got to
Hmm.
be on guard and aware and making those adjustments
Yeah.
for sure. Um, so a lot of young pitchers struggle with pressure. How do you stay calm knowing you're in the middle of something special?
I think my coach. Well, growing up, my mom she's prepared me for that. She's like, you're gonna get in situations where this is gonna happen. I think she's a big part of me being so successful when I'm in pressure because she's mentally prepared me for that, and I also had to mentally prepare myself for that because yeah, I've gotten in the situation. She's right, I was gonna be in those situations, and that's where I had to work myself out of it. Take a step back, breathe, don't let the outside noise get to you, and just do your job.
It's pretty amazing. Like I had an opportunity. Actually, I met Adriana Conrad in person today. Talked to her
Hmm.
mom and stuff. And I know Abby Call. And you know, as I've followed different pitchers in the area, and you know, across District Two,
Hmm.
there is definitely some competitiveness and different, like a different kind of breed. Like with you, Adriana Conrad, Abby Call, you guys are very competitive, very calm under pressure, get the job done, throwing pitchers. It's like you've been trained with that mindset, like animal instinct, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you don't like I've been to some games and I've seen some bad softball being played, very
Mhm.
bad errors, and with some good athletes, overall athletes, and they just can't catch balls at the first base, dropping them, the outfield, they're not throwing the ball quick enough, and I'm cutting down to the psychology among you, the one pitchers. You've
Mhm.
definitely been trained since you were young to just go after it, work hard under pressure situations, and that mindset and that work ethic definitely been instilled in you from a young age. Even talking to a couple of their moms, right? And
Mhm.
your mom, I haven't really talked too much to about yourself, but what do you think of that? You think that's kind of true?
I
Make a
do.
difference?
I think honestly another big part of it is like not showing people, but a lot of times I don't think the people who do like to talk and
Mm-hmm.
like they like to talk negative, I don't think those people realize that they're helping us for those situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they really realize that cuz like yeah, we're going to see things, we're going to hear things like but you're helping me for that situation that I'm about to be put in.
I
Like
love that.
you're just making me mentally stronger because what you're saying now, that doesn't even affect me because I know who I am. I know what I can
Mm-hmm.
do. So it's just I think that that's a big part is the people that like to talk, and I think if you even talk to Abby Call or anything, I think she'd totally agree with me too.
Yeah, shoot, definitely would. I had her on
Mhm.
the show and I've talked to her many times. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. That's definitely true. I was the same way when I ran a slow pitch men's team. It was
Mhm.
actually part of a church lead, and a lot of the players I got didn't belong to a church. I would recruit on the outside, and there were many times the coaches of other teams, they were just jerks. They were actually part
Mhm.
of a church, and they were jerks to me. Like falsely accused me of cheating, like in
Mhm.
playoffs. And to be honest, yes, I might have had one or two knowledgeable players, but so did they. I mean, I
Yeah.
know they did. One guy
Mhm.
admitted he did, and then he was pointing fingers at me, one of the coaches, and I won a lot. Difference was I was winning. So if my
Yeah.
guy threw the F bomb, right, in a church softball thing, there's kids around, right? But yet other teams who records like 0 and 12, they're throwing all kinds of F bombs. Nobody cared. So
Mhm.
just as I'm making championships, maybe 3 times and semifinals, but I found myself the same way. Like I
Mhm.
hated that lead, to be honest. I hated
Yeah.
that lead. I got a lot of coaches I couldn't stand, but I kept coming back. My wife kept telling me, "Why don't you just quit? Just quit." She
Mhm.
hated softball because a lot.
Yeah.
That lead she hated, and
Mhm.
I just would go in the off season, and more they pissed me off, and gosh drama. I would go message 100 people,
Yeah.
athletes locally that were in their 20s or graduating high school that played baseball or college, add them on social media, try to recruit them, got one, got their two, three friends, and, and it was just a motivation to
Mhm.
me to keep working hard. And then even in the games, there was one game we um we won. It was the semifinals before the championship game we made and won championships that year in 2022. The commissioner and the head coach is actually a pastor. His dad's a pastor up here, big
Mhm.
church. He has his
Yeah.
own church. I'm not going to get, but I'm not a fan of them, put it that way. So he started causing drama, accused me of disrespecting his dad, which I didn't. He said a guy cursed on my team, asked to, whatever, not getting into it. But
Mhm.
I found that moment causing a lot of drama, acting like a tough guy, the coach and commissioner and a pastor, towards me, yelling at me, the muscles. And game three, we came out there and he was pitching. He had a very experienced team with guys in the 30s and 40s. Some played in other leagues that were very, very good. And we scored 20 runs in the first inning against them. 20
Yeah.
runs. No team does that.
Mhm.
20-0 first inning. That guy's pitching, the jerk, that's the coach. And we ended up winning like 24-5. My team went in the dugout by third inning, watching like Thursday night football. They didn't care anymore. But I've seen it over and over. My teams respond when
Mhm.
one time they were acting like jerks, a coach or something. They beat us and we went to play game two down another field. And I just went up to my team and they were at these. I'm like, we cannot go down 2 games to 0 in the series for
Mhm.
semifinals. And I'm like yelling at them, saying they think you suck. Trying to motivate them and
Yeah.
triggers them, get in their heads. They came out there and we scored like 34 runs in 3 innings. You
Yeah.
average 20 runs per
Mhm.
game, 7 innings most teams, if you're lucky. But we scored like 34 runs in 3 innings, and then they kind of caused drama, stopped the game because they accused us of having an eligible player. We ended up winning, and whatever. Doesn't we probably would
Yeah.
have won scoring 40 or 50 that game. But yeah, that's a good mindset to have. I love that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it up in a minute. Um, Looking ahead, what are your goals for the rest of the season, and how far do you think this team can go?
My goal is just to keep winning, doing our job, and get a district championship. And I think the team would say the same thing. But I think that this team can go really far. They're workers. This game, like if you would have saw them right before, they wanted it. Like they were dogs. They wanted this game, and I think with that mentality, you could go anywhere.
This is something I believe, and this is gonna sound maybe funny, but a lot of times people tell you a win is a win.
Mhm.
There's a team that can value, they're just winning this week.
Mhm.
But I'm a firm believer you cannot get comfortable. No matter who you're playing, you got to
Yeah.
play just as hard, swing just as hard, pitch just as hard, score 20 runs, keep the momentum going, feeling good, the energy going, the connect, it was a clicking, everybody clicking together, like all your T's crossed, I's dot, and going. That's what I believed when I did sober softball. And then go to the next game, and then every momentum goes in there. So like I guess that's encouragement to you. Don't stop.
Yeah.
You're playing easy team,
That's
right?
yeah. That's what we say all the time. That's what our coach, Coach Nikki, tells us. Like, be comfortable playing uncomfortable. She's like, you don't want to be comfortable while you're playing.
No, you don't.
Like, that's when you're gonna get lax and you're gonna get lazy. Like, play uncomfortable. Be
Mhm.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, then you go to the next game, the momentum comes with you. Then you're feeling
Mhm.
good. Everybody's feeling good, and it just keeps going on and on. You
Mhm.
know, and that's definitely true. No matter who you're
Yeah.
playing, you gotta give 110%, and till the game's over, and hopefully, the game's over in 3 innings if you're scoring 20 runs.
Mhm.
So you don't have to kill teams, but some coaches may not like that. They didn't when I ran. We mercy ruled many people. I just had my team keep going, and they thought I was a jerk. Well,
Yeah.
no, we're playing the game. Anybody could come back anytime. If I score
Yep.
15 runs in 1 inning of 10, you
They
could
could
score.
score it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen against me too much, but it has happened.
Mhm.
So you just keep going until that game is over. And mercy rule was fourth inning
Yep.
was for us, and that's what I believe. So.
Mhm.
But how thankful are you for your defense? I mean, obviously, I started noticing you have good defense.
Um, they're my girls. Seriously, like, I wouldn't be where I am without them. Everything, all the credit that people are giving me, I give all that credit to my defense because I wouldn't be throwing all these no hitters. We wouldn't be getting all these outs. We wouldn't be winning all these games if it wasn't for my team. Like, if it wasn't for all of us together. I think we
Definitely,
really click as a group.
definitely, and I definitely think you have a shot at the District Two championship if you meet Mid Valley.
Hmm.
Mid Valley has some youth stepping up, but
Hmm.
they have struggled too against some teams that they shouldn't
Yep.
have. So I don't know. Like I said, very good teams up here, but I'm definitely going with Lake Leaming.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah, Hannah, bring out my son Micah, 7 years old. Say hi to Hannah.
Hi.
Hi, I have some questions for you.
What?
Who's your favorite team?
Valley View?
Valley View?
Yes.
Who's your favorite softball player on Valley View?
Cora?
Really?
Yes.
Who's your favorite college team?
Hmm. Hmm.
Who do you like? Who else do you like? What's the other favorite team?
What? Clemson.
Oh, you like Clemson?
Yes, I did like Clemson.
So you know Abby Call?
Yes. She
Me and
played
her are
with.
pretty tight.
Yes.
Yeah. She played on my travel team.
She played
We're
on the
really
same.
close.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah. But
But yeah, say thank you for talking.
Thank you for talking.
It's our good
of
luck in college.
course.
Good looking college.
Yeah, she's playing
Thank
college
you.
softball.
You're
Maybe,
welcome.
maybe you see her on TV too.
Yes. I know.
You know,
Yes.
you don't know.
Yes,
All right. Yeah, Hannah. Thank you for talking to my son, Micah Urcanning. He's 7 years old and he attends Valley View Elementary School. And he loves his Valley View Cougars and he loves Clemson because I guess Dad loves Clemson and stuff like that. So thank you for asking those questions, Hannah.
Of
Yeah,
course.
and thank you for taking time of coming on here after a long day today and you had a game.
You're welcome.
And good luck in the remaining of the season. And let's get that District 2 title.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yep. We have our next guest today from Abington Heights, who won a big game today, 4-3. Abington Heights, Brianna Bustos. How are you doing, Brianna? Thank you for taking the time to come on here today after you had a big, intense game today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Most definitely. I love this podcast. I love softball, just sharing. It's just been such a blessing to interact and interview and bring on so many good softball players in the area. And there's a lot of them, good softball players going to D1, going to D2, going to D3. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
So this question is going to go back a couple of weeks. When who was it? You played, you just said it. I say
Emmaus?
Emmaus. You played Emmaus. You ended up winning 7-4. It was your first game of the season. Good team. They tested you, right?
Yeah.
You ended up winning on a walk off. But when 11 inning, your coach decides he's putting you in. So you're coming in the bottom of the 11th inning in a tight game. You stepped into the circle and you shut the door with 3 big outs. Think back then. Go back there with your mind. What was your mindset in that moment? And how did you stay composed under that kind of pressure?
So I knew like I couldn't let anything take over. I couldn't let really the emotions take over in that bit. I knew I had to finish the job first before I can be relieved. So I knew this team's a good hitting team. They were putting pressure on us clearly because it went into 11 innings. So I knew trust my spin. I don't have like big speed. I know I can trust my spin though, especially with my curveball, my rise ball being my most dominant pitches. I knew just to lock in and trust my spin that it will lead me through victory.
I love that answer. I just had Hannah Chipego, you know her? Hannah
Yeah.
Chipego on here just a few minutes ago. I love that answer. You just got to lock in, stay focused, finish the job, because there could be a lot of nerves in games like that, in tight situations. One bad pitch, like today, you didn't pitch, but a game like today, you have a wild pitch. You have this and this. Somebody's at third base. Game could be over and you lose.
Yeah.
So that's a great mindset. And you must have been in that situation many times, sometimes in your life. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great answer. So in that game, Emmaus, you mixed the last inning. You mixed in some strikes, swinging strikeouts to finish it. What was working best for you in that inning? And how confident were you attacking hitters in that situation? And how confident were you're going to finish the job?
I was very confident in myself. I knew I had my team to back me up. I knew I had to like trust my pitches, my curveball, my rise ball, like I said, being my most dominant. I know those are my strikeout pitches, but I know that they're also my pitches that I make people ground out most on. So I knew my outfield, my defense has my back. I was very confident in just finishing the job, closing the door in that game.
Yeah, I definitely be confident no matter what situation you're in, and trust in your defense. I mean, I think you need a lot of trust in your defense. That's for sure in those moments. Which Abington has a great defense. I got to see it in person today. Even those outfielders, like I don't know if it was I forget who it was, like the right field, who played right field today.
Yeah, Avery Vineski.
Yeah, I had her on my podcast like a couple weeks ago. She ran up fast for the one ball, which is
Yeah.
really impressive. And it's very important to get your feet running and moving.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I love softball. I spent 8 years watching people like in the outfield men's league, how they move after the ball. There were so many times I always had good, those years, I had a lot of good outfielders that hustled, ran for the ball, sprinted. Then I had guys that didn't want to sprint, let the ball drop in front of them, didn't want to put effort in. And doing what Avery, your name is, right? Avery.
Yeah.
Yeah, Avery did, is what I'm looking for. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the first times I think I actually seen an outfielder at least paid attention to went after a ball like that. So that was pretty impressive. It's very important to do that. To get on your horse and freaking sprint, get that ball in front of you.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So today, like we were talking about the big game to Freedom, which were in extra innings, a lot of pressure. I was panicking. Not gonna lie, I was going for Abington, of course, but I literally was panicking. There was a point where I'm like, I'm just gonna continue, writing my article, finishing my article and stuff, and I'm gonna add quotes later, as you know. But it was just more relaxing. I was more relaxed doing that. So in a tight game like today, that goes in extra innings, what was the energy like in the dugout? And how did your teammates stay locked in the entire time? I've noticed your dugout is very supportive of their teammates.
Yeah, that's our main focus in every single game coming in, that we cannot drop our energy. We've dropped our energy before in games that has led to us almost losing or being more tough. We know if we dropped our energy, something could go wrong. We know that we have to pick up everyone no matter what we did. We would say before the game, separate your fielding from your hitting. Everyone needs to pick up everyone. So knowing like keeping a positive energy and just keep on like keep the cheers on, keeping like everyone up, just that helps us dominate games.
I really like that. I mean, I haven't. I started covering softball last year, so I don't know how common it is. But I've watched like rather you do it. I watched your team do it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's happened in college softball, but in my opinion, that's very important that everyone in that dugout is cheering for every teammate of theirs, no matter who they are. Either if you're not if you're best friends with them or you're not best friends with them, but anyone that's part of your team, you're lifting them up, you're encouraging them, you're there for them, you're cheering them on. When they make a mistake, you're there. That is very important, a very important environment and very important culture. And that's something I worked overtime on creating when I ran a men's team. So I really like that, and I think it makes a big difference, and probably why some teams are as good as they are as well. That's
Yeah.
one of the many reasons, many reasons. But yeah, that's great to hear that. So today, Avery Brister walks up to the plate. One person, well, they were on first base. Think, yeah, made their way to third base. Yeah, Avery, whatever, came in as courtesy runner, right?
Yeah.
Made her way to third base. Avery Brister walks up to the plate. She delivered a walk-off. Take me through the final moment from your perspective. What was going through your mind at that time?
I knew that just any play, like when she was up to bat, I knew any play would get Avery in. Avery Vineski, she's very fast, she's very quick. as you saw in the outfield.
Oh, yeah.
I knew like if I kept cheering, I knew if everyone else kept cheering, Avery would have the confidence to just hit the ball somewhere, pop up, grounder, base hit, something. It would get the other Avery in. So I was sitting in the dugout cheering as hard as I can, knowing to support my teammate no matter what happens. And when I saw she hit the ball finally, I was so relieved. I was so happy. The dugout just lit up. It was just so much energy and so much happiness, so much relief after extra innings. Since we've been through extra innings before with Emmaus, we knew like it could get so much pressure. Just the relief and the happiness that I felt also for Avery, it was just amazing.
Yeah, most definitely. How confident were you in Avery? Of course, there was an Avery at third base, but Avery Brister batting. Like, was she in those situations before? Like, I was saying, I say, growing up as a teenager, I say to myself, self talk, when I did like backyard football and stuff. I
Yeah.
only did track and field my senior year and cross country. But when I did sports, I say to myself, big players make big plays. It was something that I repeat in my head when playing backyard football. If we need a winning touchdown, I feel good about myself. I run down the sideline, whatever, and score a winning touchdown, make a big play. It was just a self talk for myself to build my confidence. Sound like Avery Brister. Is she that type
I
of player?
Yeah, I knew like I was very confident in her. I knew she could do it. I've played travel ball with her. I knew we've been in like situations like this before. We've been in situations where you need a run, we need someone to make a big hit and a big like impact, and I knew she could definitely do it. I know how she is as a player. I know that with her team like backing her up and supporting her, her confidence will just grow even more, and I knew she could definitely pull it off.
I like how you said team backing her up and supporting her. That's very important. Team backing her up and supporting her. There for her, making her feel good, boosting her confidence, believing in her. There's a lot of power in belief, right?
Mhm.
When your coach believes in you, when you believe in your coach, and your coach um, as what's basically is trying to, how do you want to say it? What's best for you, basically trying to help you achieve your goals, your personal goals, team goals. I think the whole thing is very important. And as you just said, confidence, team behind her makes her feel good and makes her go like the extra mile, if that makes sense. And she did it
Yeah.
today off a very good. It was not an easy game today. I mean, you
No.
have two Division 1 pitchers.
Yeah, it
And
was.
I've got her name. I've written down the pitcher. Is it McKenzie? Something? The other pitcher? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
No, I haven't written it down. But she's going to East Tennessee. She was throwing strikeouts. I think this is the bottom of seventh inning. I think it was. She was on fire at one point too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a very intense game. That's for sure. So next question: take me inside your game. What do you feel is the strongest part of your skill set right now?
I think the strongest part of my skill set is definitely like um in pitching, it's definitely like my spins, just trusting my body. And even it's just like trust and confidence. I know when I go up to hit, if I just trust my mechanics, don't overthink anything, I know I'll be able to hit the ball. I know I'll be able to do anything a pitcher throws me. When I'm out pitching, if I trust my spin, I know I'll be able to get batters swinging, get them grounding out, popping out. When I'm in the outfield, I know if I trust myself, I know how to track the ball. I know I can get there. I know my limits and I know my body. I know I can execute plays.
That's good stuff. I really like that mindset. It's very powerful mindset to have. It's like if I was recruiting, that's what I'm looking for. Really. I think it's very important to have players like that and who are team players and who are going to make people better around the team, people around them become better
Hmm.
better versions of themselves and better athletes. That's something I believe. You faced some solid competition already. How have those games helped prepare you for the rest of the season?
These games definitely showed us what we need to work on as a team in whole and individually. It also shows what works for us, what doesn't, what we need to work on next practice. If we face one pitcher like today, the pitcher today had a great changeup. We knew that, okay, changeups are what we need to work on, bunt coverage, what we need to work on. Just every game shows the little holes we have as a team, but that we can fix so easily at practice.
Definitely good stuff there. What's your approach when you're facing a tough pitcher like today? Like it was crazy today's game. Are you adjusting pitch to pitch or sticking to your plan?
I like when I watched the pitcher, I knew that great changeup, great speed, great spin. I knew that if I overthink, that's where things could go wrong. So I ended up just trust your mechanics. When you like, I just always think see ball, hit ball. I just if I see it, if I like it, I'm gonna trust my mechanics and swing. If I see that changeup, I'm gonna. The only thing I think of is staying back and then trust my hands to meet the ball.
I think it's interesting, like again, the mindset you have and some of the other athletes that bring on here from very good teams, how confident they are. And their
Hmm.
mindset is just way different than some other athletes. And it's amazes me. So how much work goes in behind the scenes that people don't see, like for yourself? What does your routine look like outside of the games, like in the off season, whatnot?
In the off season, like I definitely work, put in everyone puts in the work. Like it's just everyone's locked in. After practice, if I don't like reps I did while hitting, I'll go hit by myself. I'll just train and just lock in. Definitely off season, I'm working out, I'm doing agility, explosiveness to get myself better for the next season. It's just all the work's put in and it's nonstop.
That's really good stuff there. Yeah, you got to work hard in the off season, that's for sure, and you got to be sold out to the program. You know,
Hmm.
and you look at the Abington Heights softball program, been good for several years. When you're in junior high and you see the varsity winning a lot of games, competing, I mean, I don't know, they've been good. I don't know, going back several years. I didn't look
Yeah.
back, but was there a moment where you're like, I want to play for the varsity team? Basically, you're sold out to this team, and you're sold out that you're going to work hard in the off season. Everything's going to be about softball, and you're going to become a good athlete to help your team to win games.
Yeah, definitely. That was like my main dream. Like varsity, like when I was in junior high, I looked up to all these girls. I like see that they're winning big games, and I was like, I want to be one of these girls. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to do everything I can off season in training so I can get better and I can prove myself to the coaches when I come up my freshman year.
Now, do you only play softball, or do you play other sports too?
I do soccer and volleyball too.
Oh, so you're busy all year long.
Yeah, I'm busy all year long. I try my best to combine everything, like especially in off season when I don't have sports going on. I do both trainings, but softball, like I'm like more training into that
So
because like
volleyball.
that's like softball, like it's like one like my dream to go to college for it. So that's like my main training, and then soccer and volleyball is like to keep myself like just keep on moving.
Now that's in the fall time, isn't it?
Yeah, soccer is in the fall for school. I just do it for school, and then volleyball I just do like a little travel league.
Oh, cool. But you're more invested into softball.
Yeah.
That's something else, a common denominator I'm starting to notice as well. A lot of these good players um, is mostly invested in their sport that they're really good at, which is softball.
Hmm.
So, um, we'll wrap it up in a moment. Looking ahead, what goals do you have for yourself for the season and for Aberdeen Heights as the season continues?
For myself, the goals I have is definitely to just improve everything. Like I can always improve my spin, speed, and like batting wise. I just want to improve everything. I want to improve myself as a person, like gain more relationships and just have fun mostly. As a team, I think everyone's goal is to win, but I think definitely yes, winning is big, but also building just as a whole team and just getting the team chemistry, which is already good now, but it can even get better. So I think a goal as a team is to just be strong like as a relationship wise and also when like go big and win districts possibly.
Yeah, I think you definitely have a chip on your shoulder. I thought last year, no, I mean, I thought you were a better team than No Pocono. No Pocono is
Hmm.
good. They have a great head coach.
Yeah.
I respect him a lot. He really built up that program, but I definitely think you have a chip on your shoulder. You definitely want to win the District 2 championship this year.
Yeah.
And I think you could, but this leads to my next question. The team that knocked you out of the District 2 champion, well, the playoffs last year is No Pocono. And
Hmm.
you got them Tuesday. And this is really the first team in the Lackawanna Conference. I'm outside. So,
Yeah.
Lackawanna Conference, church bells. Lackawanna Conference that is going to give you a good game. So, how are you
Yeah.
preparing for Tuesday's game?
We're definitely working on like all the holes that we need to fix. Like we're just critiquing everything. Just like working on the little things. We know North Pocono, very good hitting team, very good defense. They're also very bunting. They're a very good bunting team. So bunt coverages that we're gonna work on. Definitely like the mindset. We're gonna work hard at practice. Everyone's gonna be locked in. We're gonna put all the work in at practice nonstop, and then so it's muscle memory and we know what to do when the situation in the game comes. We know we can't let up in the dugout. We know that our energy needs to be up and we know we have to
Yeah.
lock in these next practices before Tuesday.
And they have good pitching as well.
Yeah.
So, but I would, if I was your head coach, I would be preparing you as well to be a relief pitcher in a game like this.
Yeah.
Because this could be a game that could go into extra innings again.
Mhm.
Be a very tight game.
Definitely.
And I think everybody needs to be on their A game
Mhm.
for a game like this. And definitely, as you played a close game Saturday, I mean today, I think it's going to be the same thing come Tuesday. And no Pocono, they beat Valley View 3-2, and so it's going to be a good game. And it's a and you play them again. So yeah, if you ever beat them Tuesday and beat them again second half of the time you play them, well, yeah, I think you did it that last year, right? You beat them twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Oh, jeez. Well, you just gotta learn from your mistakes and whatever goes on when you play them. And like I told Adriana, it's something I like to say is it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, Abington's kind of living on a high in a way right now. We have one loss, but we have to remember it's where you finish. When playoffs come
Yeah.
around, where are you? Do you have
Mhm.
your I's dotted, T's crossed, this, everything lining up? You ready? Learn from your mistakes, staying focused, and doing what you got to do. It's what's going to matter.
Yeah.
So you got to be focused and stay
Definitely
humble.
focus is the big
Hmm.
aspect in this.
And always stay humble
Yep. Definitely.
and confident and believing in yourself and your team.
Yeah.
I always used to like looking back of games that situations I've been in before, or my team's been in before, or when you came back, and that's something you could do in your team. Like, yeah, we've been in this situation before, and this is what happened. It kind of builds your confidence more, makes you feel better at those
Yeah.
moments. So, but yeah, Brianna, thank you for taking your time of coming on here, and I wish you luck on this season, and I hope you got that District 2 championship. I'll be cheering for your team.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah, that was Abington Heights, Brianna Bustos. She had a good game today. She got on base once. But yeah, Abington's full of athletes. They're a number one team. So, but they have a big test Tuesday. We see what happens. So, again, let's wrap this up. Let me take time to thank our sponsors. I'd like to thank Andy's Pizza, Main Ave, Peckville, Pennsylvania. Need one pizza? Go check out Andy's. And I would like to thank Tasty Freeze up on Route 6 Carpenter Highway. If you want some ice cream, check them out. They have a miniature golf course. And I'd like to thank Lewis Brothers. If you need your grass cut, landscaping, contact Lewis Brothers. And if you want your driveway plowed wintertime, go contact them. They do that as well. My name is Jared Canning, and this is the Hail Mary Show.